Hi everybody, we're here to read another story to you today. This one is called A Piglet Named Mercy. My boys have read the Mercy Watkins books. They have some chapter books, so maybe you have an older brother or sister that likes the Mercy Watkins books. This one is one we thought we would share with you today. A Piglet Named Mercy by Kate DiCamillo, illustrated by Chris Van Dusen. Look how cute. A Piglet Named Mercy. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson lived in a house on Deckawoo Drive. Deckawoo Drive was an ordinary street in an ordinary town.
What's ordinary?
Ordinary means just the same old, nothing special about it, just kind of ordinary, just plain, just a plain old town. And Mr. and Mrs. Watson were ordinary people who did ordinary things in ordinary ways. What are they doing here? He's just trimming his hedges. She's vacuuming. He's washing his car. They're just doing ordinary things. One day, Mrs. Watson said to Mr. Watson, "I wonder if we aren't just the tiniest bit too predictable." "Predictable? Us?" said Mr. Watson. "Surely not." "Well, it's just that sometimes I wish something different would happen," said Mrs. Watson. "Things are just fine the way they are," said Mr. Watson. But then something different did happen. This says Molson's Pig Transport. Caution, pigs. There's pigs in a truck. What's happening?
One's falling out.
One is falling out. Uh-oh.
What happened to him?
I don't know. We're going to have to see. Someone very small and not at all ordinary found her way to the Watsons' house on Deckawoo Drive. Here's the truck driving down the street, and there's little pig finding their house. Mr. Watson made the discovery when he opened the door for the morning paper. "Mrs. Watson," he called, "come see this." "Oh, the little dear," said Mrs. Watson. Said the piglet. "I think she's hungry," said Mr. Watson. "Is that a pig?" said Eugenia Lincoln. Eugenia Lincoln lived next door, and she did not approve of surprises or pigs. You can see her face and her body. She is not happy. "It is," said Mrs. Watson. "Can you believe our luck?" "Don't be ridiculous," said Eugenia Lincoln. "A pig is not lucky at all." "Do you think perhaps the piglet would like a bottle of warm milk?" said Baby Lincoln. Baby was Eugenia's younger sister, and she was fond of surprises and piglets. That means she liked them. Mr. Watson scratched his head. "A bottle of milk? I don't know. This is all so unpredictable." "Leave it to me," said Baby Lincoln. Said the piglet again. Mrs. Watson picked up the piglet and took her inside. She wrapped her in a blanket. "Have you ever seen anyone so darling?" she said. "Never," said Mr. Watson. "Here is the warm milk," said Baby Lincoln. "I have it right here." Eugenia said, "This is absurd." At her grumpy face. She's really excited to bring the baby pig a bottle. The piglet did not think it was absurd at all. She drank the entire bottle. She liked it too. And then she burped and oinked and went looking for some more. "Oh my goodness," said Mr. Watson. "Watch out," said Eugenia. "She seems to like toast very much," said Baby. Oh, the darling, darling thing, said Mrs. Watson. If you read any of the bigger books, they talk about Mercy. She loves toast with a little bit of butter on it. Mr. Watson, said Mrs. Watson, perhaps you would like to hold her for a little bit. Certainly, said Mr. Watson. He took the piglet in his arms. He rocked her. He hummed. How extraordinary, said Mr. Watson. She's a porcelain wonder. This piglet is a wish come true, said Mrs. Watson. What a mercy she is, said Baby. There you go, said Mr. Watson. We will call her Mercy. She is not a mercy, said Eugenia. She is a pig, said the piglet. You cannot name a pig Mercy, shouted Eugenia. She has her hands on her head in the background. You see her? She is not happy. Everybody else is, though. But they did name her Mercy. She was entirely unpredictable. She was not at all ordinary, and she was very, very loved. What do you think you would do with a pet pig?
I don't know.
Do you think you would like to have a pet pig?
No.
No.
He would roll around in the mud and come in the house.
He would probably roll around in the mud and come in the house and then get the house all dirty. You like our doggy instead of a pig? Would you like to have a pet pig? It would probably be pretty interesting if you did. All right, we hope you guys have a good rest of the day and enjoy the sunshine. We'll see you soon. Bye.